Hey guys, this is Mark. In this video, I will talk about an API that returns a collection of user accounts for a specific role. For applications that work with users in multiple roles, more than likely you will have some kind of super admin page where you either create accounts or edit accounts or really manage your accounts. Of course, this functionality is available in Backendless Console. However, Backendless Console is more of a development tool. And for your end users, be it regular users or super admins or anyone in the entire realm of your application, there will be users that would need to manage other users if you have different types of roles. Imagine, for instance, Uber. I'm sure there is going to be an app somewhere that manages the drivers or gives access to the end users, and you can do all kinds of things. Anyway, in most of the applications, when there are multiple roles, more than likely there is an app where you need to manage users. And being able to retrieve users that belong to a specific role becomes a very important function. So for instance, in my app that I've been using to demonstrate all the user management functions, we do have two different roles, superheroes and villains. And I use that theme to create a very primitive kind of management. It's not so much management, but a page that demonstrates how retrieval of users that belong to a specific role works. First of all, let's review what we have in the database. In the users table, we do have columns such as email, name, and there is also another column that I believe I mentioned in one of the videos that is called powers. And this is a relationship column to another table that is called superpower. So these are just different superpowers that I have entered. And in here, some of my villains and superheroes, they have corresponding superpowers. So for instance, if we were to take Iron Man and we click on the relations, then Iron Man has the powered armor superpower. And likewise, if we take, let's say, Captain America, or let's pick someone on Dr. Octopus, he's evil. He's got endurance and advanced mechanical arms. So these are the superpowers. Why am I telling you this? Well, because in that demo page that I put together, we will be able to retrieve users and some related information about the users, because that's what happens in the majority of the admin or super admin pages. So now with that being said, let's switch to UI Builder and take a look at what I have put together just to understand how retrieval users by role works in Backendless. So here in the front end section, this is my page. And of course it has the superhero theme with this beautiful background, and the functionality is trivially simple. So I have a select component, and in this select component, I literally hard-coded the options to display villains and superheroes. And for the villains label, the value is going to be villain, exactly as the name of my custom role. And for the superheroes label, the value is going to be superhero. What happens is when I change the value in my select component, let's take a look in UI Builder, this is what happens. This is the magical, not so magical, this is the key block that is present in this application. So this block returns a collection of users for a specific role. The changed value block in UI Builder gives us the actual value, whether it's going to be villain or superhero. So I'm passing that value directly into the get users by role block. So this returns a collection of user objects. And there is also paging. There are a lot of parameters. If you have a lot of users, then you would need to use paging to kind of retrieve them in blocks of 100 at a time. That's a separate topic that is discussed in the database course. For now, we have less than 100. Let's not worry about it. What I want you to take a look at is in the relations, I'm specifying powers. And that's the name of the column that contains related powers for every single user that I have in my database. So the get users by role block lives in the users API section, and in here you will see get users by role. So it's very straightforward. So just, specify the role, get a collection of users. The rest is the magic that happens in UI Builder that I will not bore you a whole lot. Essentially, I'm getting a collection of users and assigning it to my dynamic list, which is a repeater. And this dynamic list will just, display everything that it got from the database. But the key demo part of this video is to demonstrate how retrieval users for a role works. So let's run this page and see what we got. So this is the drop down. So let's say we're going to get all superheroes. Boom. So everything that is rendered on this page came from the Backendless database. And here we have every single user that has the superhero role. And then as you can see, there are corresponding powers that are nicely rendered. We have a column that displays when that user was registered, and most of them are fairly recent because I'm registering them as I go, their email address and their name. And then of course you can imagine that in here you can start expanding functionality to add powers, remove powers, modify their names, email addresses, and so on. So all the management functionality for your users, if you want to provide a customized interface for your application, this is where it would go. If we were to select villains, right now there is one, which is Joker. We need to assign, by the way, the Dr. Octopus, the villain role. In fact, let's do it right now just to see that, so you can see that this is very dynamic. So we select Dr. Octopus and user roles, and it's going to be villain. Click save. So now if we go back and select, superheroes again, and now villains. Boom. So we have 2 records, 2 users in the villains category with a villain role name. This is it. So just a single block that gives you the capability. The rest was just the UI Builder magic. However, as far as the actual API to retrieve users by role, it is available in all our SDKs, in Cloud Code, in UI Builder, basically everywhere. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you find it useful. And as always, happy Backendless coding.